Sedimentation, decantation, and filtration. Sometimes it may not be possible to separate components of a mixture by winnowing and handpicking. For example, there may be lighter impurities like dust and soil particles in rice and pulses. Okay, how are such impurities separated from rice or pulses? Must have seen your mummy washing rice and pulses. She puts water into it, then she mixes and try to wash it with the fingers and hands, and then when the water becomes muddy and dusty, she slowly tilts the vessel and water is being thrown out, right? So rice and pulses are usually washed before cooking. When you add water to these, the impurities like dust and soil, they all get separated, right? And these impurities go into water, which becomes little muddy. Now what will sink to the bottom of the vessel? Now mud. You have to decide whether whether mud settles or it floats. You have to just think over it. Now, have you seen that the vessel is tilted and poured out? Yeah, the dirty water, tilted to pour out the dirty water. There must be pouring out, no dirty water. When the heavier components in the mixture, now this is important, children. When the heavier component in a mixture settles after water is added to it, the process is called sedimentation. Okay, settling down is itself called sedimentation. So when the water along with dust is removed, and when you tilt the vessel and remove the water, dusty water or dirty water or muddy water, that process, removal of the process, is called decantation. Let us find a few other mixture that can be separated through sedimentation and decantation. Yeah, the same you have to find out. The same principle is used for separating mixture of two liquids that do not mix with each other. Okay, this is also very important, children. Mixture of two liquids that do not mix with each other. Now this example is important. Oil and water, yeah, from their mixture can be separated, this process. Yeah, oil and water from their mixture can be separated. We can separate the oil and separate the water. How? If a mixture of such liquid is allowed to stand for some time, they form two separate layers. The component that forms the top layer can be separated by decantation here. Okay, so when you mix oil and water, oil will float. You can see here oil is floating because it's lighter, and water will be the second layer. So since the top layer is oil, you can carefully tilt the glass and oil can be poured out into the another glass. Okay, so top layer can be separated. So pouring, this process of pouring the liquid is called decantation, children. Okay, so this is decantation. And settling, so here water is being settled down, no, oil is floating, right? So here we can't use the word called settling, but decantation is used to separate the two liquids which are immiscible or which do not mix into each other. Okay, now let us consider a mixture of solid and liquid. First we saw solid and solid. Dust particle is again solid, soil particle is solid, and rice solid. Then we saw liquid and liquid. Now consider a mixture of solid and liquid. After preparing tea, what do you remove the tea? What do you do to remove the tea leaves? What do? We try decantation. Just try decantation. Can you just tilt and do it? Tilt the the tea with the tea leaves, and can you separate the tea with the tea leaves? It helps a little, but do you still get few leaves in your tea? Yeah, I still will get little leaf in my tea. Now pour the tea through a strainer. So very easy, no? If you pour it through a strainer, it becomes very easy, isn't it? So children, now you have to pour the tea with the strainer. Here you can see, and then tea leaves, they get nicely separated, isn't it? So did all tea leaves remain in the strainer? Yes, always when you separate with the help of strainer, all the tea leaves, they remain on the strainer only, right? So you know this process, what is this process called? This is called filtration. Okay, so when you use the strainer to filter the tea and throw out the impurities or separate the impurities that which we don't want to use it, for us it's not useful, that is filtration. Which method of separating tea leaves from prepared tea is better? What do you think? Which method is better? Can you separate the tea leaves by the process of decantation or by filtration? Naturally, filtration will be the correct method. Yeah. Now, let us now consider the example of water that we use. Do all of us at all time get safe water to drink? Sometimes water supplied through taps may be muddy. In the rainy season, the water comes very muddy. The water collected from ponds and rivers may also be muddy, especially after rains. So let us see if we can use some method of separation to remove the insoluble impurities like soil from water. Okay, let's move to activity number 5. Collect some muddy water. This is very interesting. This we are going to do, or you can also do at your home if you have the filter paper, right? So this has to be done with the help of filter paper. I hope I don't think you all have filter paper, but if you have, you can do that. Instead of filter paper, try with the I don't think that tissue paper will work. That will break down. We need something hard paper. Then otherwise you'll have to use a piece of a cloth to use instead of filter paper. Okay, collect some muddy water from a pond or river. You can't go and collect muddy water, so what you can do is to take fine dust and put it into the water. Okay, in a glass. Your muddy water is ready. If it is not available, mix some soil to water in a glass. Let it stand for half an hour. Observe the water carefully and note the observations. So when you mix it and just leave it to stand for some time, what will you find? Everything, all the soil particle or everything gets settled at the base, right? So the process of settling down the soil at the base is called sedimentation. Okay, now after the sedimentation, see, through decantation you can separate the big particles, but there are few soil particles which are very light in weight. They are so light that they remain suspended inside the water. They do not even float. Okay, their sizes are so small and they become so light that they remain suspended, means they are floating inside the water. How will you take that out if they are on the top and the size is so small that you can't even take out through the decantation, or you can't even filter it with the big strainer. right? So you have to use the filter paper. So what we are trying to do, first we are trying to separate through the decantation. So let's see what happened. So does soil settle at the bottom of the water? Is asking, does soil settle at the bottom of the water? Yes, because soil being heavier, when it adds to the water, soil get added to the water, becomes little heavy, and then heavier thing gets settled down. Okay, what do you call this process? What we call this process? We will call this as sedimentation. Okay, sedimentation. Now slightly tilt the glass. Now this tilting, as soon as the tilting process comes, tilting comes, it means that this is decantation. Okay, children? So as soon as, now slightly tilt the glass without disturbing the water. Let the water from the top flow into the another glass. What will the process called? Process is called decantation. Is the water in the second glass still muddy or brown in color? Yes. Now filter it. Did the tea strainer work? Try to filter it with the strainer. Let us try to filter the water through the piece of a cloth. In the piece of a cloth, small holes or pores remains in between the woven thread. These pores in a cloth can be used as a filter. Okay, and if the water is still muddy, impurities can be separated by the filter that has even small pores. Right? A filter paper is one such filter that has very fine pores in it. Okay, so these are the filter paper where the pores are very very fine. This you get in the in school. You will get it in the lab, children. The pores are smaller than the pores of the cloth which you are going to use. No, they are smaller than that. Okay, so a filter paper is one such filter that has very fine pores in it. Okay, so the steps involved in using the filter paper. A filter paper is folded in the form of a cone and is fixed into the funnel. Okay, you can see first this is round, then folded into half. Yeah, then this another half, from here you have to fold it again, and then you have to open it and you have to form it into the cone shape. Now this cone will fit into the funnel. So this is the funnel and here it fits. So this filter paper fits into the funnel, right? Now this mixture is then poured onto the filter paper. Solid particle in the mixture do not pass through and it remain on the filter, right? So you can see here how that dirty water is poured into the filter paper, right? And then slowly drop it comes into the glass in the speaker. Fruits and vegetable juices. Fruits and vegetable juices are usually filtered before drinking to separate the seeds and solid particles of the pulp, right? Whenever we make fruit juice and pulp, so what you have to do is to separate the seeds from the pulp, right? So this is separated the seeds from the pulp. The method of filtration is also used in the process of cottage cheese paneer in our home. So if your mother makes cottage cheese paneer, so what she does, this is again very important to know how to make a paneer. The recipe is written here. So how to make the paneer? You have to, cottage cheese we are making at home. You might have seen that for making paneer, few drops of lemon juice are added in the milk. So you have to boil the milk and then you have to add few lemon juice. You have to add the lemon juice into it, and as it boils, you have to put the first you have to put the milk to boil, and as soon as starts boiling you have to add lemon juice, and this gives a mixture of particles of solid paneer and liquid. Now you will start noticing that the milk start curdling, and it start to curdle, and you will find big lumps like that in floating in the water. Then those lumps get separate. You have to separate those lumps, and they are nothing but the paneer, and then you can separate it through the filter. You can strain it, big filter strainer, and then you have to or if you don't have, you can simply filter it through the muslin cloth, fine cloth, and or with a strainer, because these big lumps are there, it can pass through any big strainer as well. So again you are filtering it, right? So this is the process called filtration. Now we understood the filtration properly. So children, this is the method making of paneer or cottage cheese. Okay, process of preparing the cottage cheese at home is very important. Okay, it's important. It has been asked in the exams. So this you have to learn. You have to read it 2-3 times, and then you have to keep it in your mind. Fine. So here we are done with the filtration, children.